Good morning, everyone. We are so excited to show off our new highly anticipated remote payroll app. I'm thrilled to be able to show you the result of the many hours spent by our talented developers and hope to do them justice today. You're welcome to type any questions or comments you have in the GoToMeeting. If we don't get a chance to answer them now, we will get back to you shortly after. So what you're seeing on the screen right now, and if you're not able to see something, please let us know. When you first open up the app, you come to the settings page. You're going to see the sync settings. The first page you come to, you can enter your identifier. For your employees who have never used our apps before, the identifier is simply your, just the identifier, not the .hh2.com. So like ours is demo.hh2.com if you're logging into the website, so we're just simply entering in demo. Enter your username and password here. And before we go in any further, we're going to take a look on the left side where the other settings are. We're going to go into our general settings, and I am turning on batch. You guys will be able to see why I'm doing that later, and some of this will make more sense as we go through it. But your general settings can be set here. Our PDF settings, this is coming soon. Field settings, this is for things that you're commonly using or never using. I'm going to go ahead and turn off on the unions, and we'll see that those are not going to be available to pick in our time cards. We've got the attendance settings for those of you who use attendance. And then in our About, this has got our version here, and any release notes will be published there. So if you come back into our sync settings, once you've entered your identifier, username, and password, go ahead and hit Begin Sync. This is running a full sync. We recommend that you run this twice on a fresh install. And you can see that it's running through all of these. You don't have to sit and wait for it. I like to, just because if I go in too quickly and I'm looking for something that's still trying to download, I can wait for it. You'll see the pop-up here that reminds you that you've just completed your first sync, and it's reminding you to do it again, just so we can pull over all of your information. So I'm going to go ahead and run that again. And this time I am going to hit Done so we can hop in there. On the top left, you're going to see that back arrow. It's going to take you into our home screen. The first thing you're going to need to do at the very top is you're going to need to choose your payroll group. If you don't choose the payroll group, or if you forget this, then a little warning will tell you to choose your payroll group. I only have one that's coming up available, and that is because of the permissions that I have logged in as Grant. If Grant is assigned to multiple payroll groups, they will all show in here. And then, of course, you've got your date range. You can go left or right, or you can click into it. Okay. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the Add Time feature. So for the user I'm logged in as, I'm a crew manager. I can see all of my crew on the left-hand side here. And along the bottom, I will see totals, comments, and attendance, along with the weekly total at the far right bottom-hand corner. So to enter time, I can choose to either enter time for one employee. At the very top right corner, you'll see the plus sign. That will allow you to enter time. I can choose to enter it just for Amanda, or if I click on her name, I can select as many employees that I would like to enter time for. And you'll see that it lists multiple employees and it lists all of their employee numbers. Again, for the date, I can enter just for today, or I can select the entire week. Choose your pay type. I'm going to select 8 hours. Oh, I already did it. I didn't see it. Okay, then you come to your job. Remember that the things that are listed down here were part of our general settings, our field settings. So if there are items in here that you don't use, you can turn those off. and I'm going to go ahead and pass up the certified classes. I'm not needing those. You can hit add. Okay, so you can see that the time has now been entered. On the left-hand side, you can see that I've entered it only for 5 employees, and you can tell that by the totals that are running underneath them. On the right-hand side, it will show you the job and the cost code that I sent those to. And along the bottom, you also see the totals that are running with the weekly total. You can click on each employee for that detail. Okay, so we're going to go back, and we're going to take a look at the time card feature. And this is just a preference, whichever one works best for you. You can use either setting to enter time. This is going to look similar to what you're going to find on the hh2 site. It has along the top my different employees. So you can scroll through your employees. You've got your job site, the pay type group on the top right-hand corner if you need to code to different times. And then it shows you each job, or like this one says miscellaneous codes, and then each cost code underneath it. You can tell that the time that we've entered in there is listed across under adjusting entries. And to the right of that, you can see that it's ready to be approved. You also have the ability to delete any rows that you don't need any longer. Okay, now we're going to go into the attendance. For those of you that use the attendance feature, this is pretty cool. You can track whether they've taken their breaks, whether they've taken lunch. You can log in start times for each of them. So I'm going to go ahead and select the top 5 that I entered my time for. And I'm going to say that my crew came in at 7. Oh, I need to select my date. Sorry about this, guys. I'm going to do this from Monday through Friday. This is new to me too, so be patient. So if they're coming in at 7 in the morning, they're leaving at 3. And I'm going to put in that they've taken their breaks and their lunch. And then down at the bottom, you can remember the settings so that it keeps those on there. And then there's the apply to selected employees, which is what I'm going to select. Okay, so that shows their attendance. Now let's say that Tom cruise ship actually came in tardy on Tuesday. I'm going to select on Tom's name, and I'm going to hit Tuesday, and I can change this to show that he came in at 8. Maybe I can't because my fingers are too fat. Hold on. Okay. You also have the ability to enter comments. You can see along here at the bottom, you can tell that there's an attendance record listed for them, and that is why the person is lit up. You can also come in here and click on comments. Oops, I just deleted it instead of saving it. And now you can see that the comment is lit up. Okay, let's go now into the approval. You can do the approval from the time card or from the timesheet. You can also do it in here. On the top left, you're going to see the summaries. We've got 0 time that's not approved, that is unapproved. We have 200 ready hours, and nothing's approved. On the far right-hand side now, next to each name, you've got the status of their time. You've got their total hours underneath their names, and you can see under Amanda, she's got the comment in case you need to take a look at it from there. So I can come in here and click one at a time. Now look now toward the very bottom of this white screen. You see approve, deny, promote, or reclaim. If you do not see those appearing, it is because you do not have an internet connection. that could help you out. So I can go ahead and approve her time, and you can see now that she's approved. I've got 4 more to go. So you can do them one at a time, or you can click as many as you want and click approve. It gives you a little summary there of who we're just approving. Voila, pretty cool. Okay, oh, and what I did not show you, let's go back into that approval. You can see now at that group summary on the top left-hand corner, the time has moved from ready to approved. Okay, the signature, for those of you who haven't seen our signature apps, they have put the signature app inside of our Remote Payroll app. So this lists all of my crew, and I can go to Amanda and have her take a look at it. You can see her regular pay, her pay totals are there. She's got the approval agreement that she's agreeing to, so she can check those or not. If she unchecks one of those, it brings you into comments because she must list why she's not agreeing to that. And then if you just tap here to sign, she can go ahead and put in her signature and finished. And you can see that we've had some in there from before. From here, once you've gotten all the signatures that you need, on the top right-hand corner, you have the option to throw it into a PDF report. This PDF report is going to show you their approved time, their agreements, the date range on the left-hand side, and then the signatures there. You can see on the bottom of this page, you can open it up if you have something to open it in on your iPad. You can print it, and you can email it. I'm going to go ahead and delete that out. Okay. You can see on there, right next to our signature, there's going to be the labor detail. It is grayed out right now because that's under construction, but that will be coming soon. We have on the bottom left a sync. This is not going to be the full sync. The full sync is run on the settings page. But we do recommend if you are entering in time or you need another cost code that's not pulling over, you can run this, and as you can see, it's pulling employees, jobs, cost codes. And it does take a couple of syncs to bring over all your information, especially if your database is large. The settings page will take you again back to our settings in case you need to change your field settings, general settings, or run a full sync. And then we have our help button on the bottom right. And this is under construction. Feedback from you guys would be great too. But we're going to try to just list some common questions that we have. And then all you'll need to do is click on the question and the answer will appear. Quick Start's coming soon. And then if you come in here to the support ticket, it's already got everything ready for you. So you're ready to go send this to support. And what's great for us on our side, not only does it already list it for us, you don't have to remember how to get a hold of us, but it lists your identifier and your username. And oftentimes when customers are contacting us, they forget that information. So since I can't read minds, that's what we've got. Okay, so this I've demonstrated to you on the iPad. The iPhone is a little bit different. The setup's just a slight different. Give me just a second, and I will have that set up for you. Okay, sorry, that took me just a second. So this is my iPhone being broadcast up there, so you can see it's a little more narrow. But again, the same things apply here, payroll group, start time, the period end date, and then all of the icons are the same. This takes you into your settings, so it's not as pretty, so you can go into each one. It's laid out just a little bit different, but you can get everything you got from the iPad right here. go back to the main menu. You can still add your time. Oh, and actually, let me show you at the bottom here. If I wanted to add more time, so I'm hitting the top right-hand button, everything still comes up the same, just so you can see that. Signature still works just the same in here as well. You just have to sign a little smaller. And there's our time card view. Now, when you're going in to enter time, so you're going to click on here, you can see at the very bottom a little 10 key pops up for your use. All right, that's it. Like I said, the iPad and the iPhone are very similar. There's a few slight differences on just the layout of the iPhone because it is smaller. And hang on just a second, I'm going to see if you guys have any questions for us.
If you have any questions, what we're going to do is go ahead and take everyone. I already answered those. We'll take everyone off mute, and if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask them, and we'll do our best to answer them. So I'm going to go in and take everyone off mute, just to warn you. Okay, actually, I need it all. Oh. Okay, so if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them at this time. Let's see.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Just want to make sure I didn't miss it. So there's only an employee time card view. There's not a daily time card view with multiple employees, right?
Yeah, right now we're actually in development with a new version of this, which will, and we're going to be constantly improving this, by the way. So we'll be adding new features to it and everything, and we actually already have the mock-ups created for a daily time entry as well.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, because then the other question that I emailed in, I want to make sure I was clear on it. I think, like, we're still using the old version of Field Reports with the custom reports, but that will still import the time from this app, correct? Because this app just pushes it back into the...
Yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, the way the apps work is whenever you enter in time, it actually sends it up to the web services, and then it looks at what's available in the web services after it sends it up, and then pulls it back down. So anything that you show in here is gonna show right away on the web services, as long as you're connected to the internet at the time. So,
okay, perfect. Awesome.
And you can enter the time while you're offline. You can actually enter the time. So if you're at a remote job site that doesn't have internet access, you can go ahead and enter the time, and it will stay local on your iPad or iPhone until you get within range of a good internet connection. Then it will go ahead and save up at that time. The only thing you're not allowed to do, though, is approval. Approval requires an internet connection for you to approve. So.
Okay, awesome, perfect. Thank you much.
Oh, no problem. Are there any other questions? Okay.
No? Okay, if you guys do have any more questions, feel free to send them to support@hh2.com. You can find this, easiest way through the App Store is to just type in hh2. It'll pull up all of our apps, and the price right now is $1.99, really great deal. So if you guys have any questions, send them to support@hh2.com or give us a call, and we'd be happy to answer your questions. Thanks, you guys.